Hey, the housing market has been the hot topic for months now, and the talk has been what is going to happen since the demand for housing is going down. We're here to give us some insight to all this is the founder of the Joffe Group, Robert Joffe. Robert, how you doing?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Been a while.
It has been. So I'm so glad you're in here because I'm thinking about buying, a house. I might have won the lottery. We'll see what happens.
Let's get you in. You got more opportunities now.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Is that in the past we've been talking about buyer's market. Now you're saying it's a seller's market, but let's talk about what's going on in the housing market here.
So what's happened in the last 4 weeks, I would say, is that the spigot is turned off. It's not a bad market for sellers right now, but the frenzy, I would say, is subsided and somewhat over. Now we're seeing, I press a button every day in the area that I work, Arcadia, Paradise Valley, Biltmore, and I see what's going on, and I see new listing, price reduction. We haven't seen that in the last 18 months. So things have slowed down with the interest rate spike and the stock market going, kind of erratic. Yeah. Things have slowed down.
Yeah, and the thing is that you have been watching this going on, especially with the houses that you've sold in this area. I mean, one is Randy Johnson's house, and I know we're looking at some housing right now. But I think we have Randy Johnson's house you sold. And how was that? Because that was sold, when the market was pretty good. Really, really good, right?
Well, that was sold quite a ways ago, and that was before the frenzy. I've been doing this for 38 years, and what's happened in the last 2 years is things that I've never seen before. The price escalation that we've all received as being homeowners has been so high. The frenzy of multiple offers and things like that. When I sold Randy's house, it wasn't quite like that, so it was a little bit less of a market.
Oh, wow. See, that's what I thought was a great market, because when you saw the price on that was pretty good.
The prices were pretty, it was $25 million listing on that one.
Let's talk about, oh, wow, there goes Randy's house right there, and that was just a nice house. I remember I was invited over there. Well, not really. I wanted to be invited over, but he never gave me the invitation, so we won't get into that.
It was quite beautiful, I will tell you that. 5 acres in Paradise Valley.
I love it. Speaking of that acres, let's talk about this plot of land that you have right now going. That's amazing, and that you just sold, right?
So in the frenzy, way back, 3 months ago, there was a property that was listed on Exeter, which is in the heart of Arcadia, 1 acre lot, beautiful lot, one of my favorite lots. It was listed at $4,250,000, and I bought a buyer in there, and we ended up winning the bid for $4,750,000. There's actually 3 bids at $4,700,000.
Wow.
So we're talking about, that was the frenzy of the market, but still the best properties are always going to go, and they're always going to have value and things like that. And I don't want to say that the world's coming to an end, because it's not coming to an end.
Right.
It's still a good market right now, but it's just the multiple offer aspect of it has slowed down.
Yeah. Do you think that's because everyone was just, buying, and people were selling at high rates and stuff? Is that why?
No, I really believe there's 2 factors. The Fed raising interest rates. When you raise interest rates, we went from in the 2s to now we're at conventional is just over 5. FHA is at 4.5. VA is 4.5. That's quite a big of a jump. Now, historically, it's still very low. When I bought my first house, it was 11.5%.
Yeah.
So historically it's still low, but it's a big raise quickly, and the Fed did it really on purpose to try to slow things down. And then the erraticness of the stock market is really what's caused, in the luxury market, I believe it's more stock market driven than it is interest rate driven.
All right, so if someone is thinking about right now selling, what's some of the things they need to really consider before selling? Because like you said, yes, it's a seller's and a buyer's, but this is got to have some smart movements here.
So with the raise of inventory, it's not as easy for the sellers to sell right now. And I think that it's more important now to have a professional that really knows what they're doing. Everybody knows 5 agents, sisters, brothers, cousins, uncles, but to get someone that really understands what's going on, really understands the market, bringing qualified buyers in, I think now is probably more important than ever to hire a professional.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, Robert, before you came on, is that you said right there, a lot of people have real estate license. I didn't know this when I was looking up some stuff, is that Arizona has the most real estate license in the United States, and actually said too that only probably 10% of them are actually practicing. They have them, and then sometimes a friend will come, I want to sell my house, and they'll jump in, but they haven't gone back and researched, which your whole team does, to know what is the best thing going on here.
Sure. There's about 60,000 of us.
Wow.
Which is insane. And in a buyer frenzy market where the seller can just basically put a sign up in front of his yard, you can hire, they've hired whoever they wanted, and now now it's different, and now is why I say you got to really go to a professional.
Yeah, and sit down with them, and that's what you guys offer, and it's great.
Absolutely.
It's really perfect. So, okay, so if someone's out there buying, how do they get a hold of you or selling?
TheJoffeGroup.com. I work in the Arcadia, Paradise Valley, Biltmore area. I've been doing this for 38 years, and I'd love to help.
So, and I'm going to go ahead and say is that he does help. He will sit down and talk to you, and it's the greatest talk you'll have. And so that's what I like about you, Robert, and hearing more and more about how it's not just you and another agent. It's like you sit down with the people and know what they want and know what to do.
I'm very hands-on, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming in.
You got it.